Good day everyone. So for today I'm going to discuss about the language policies of Saudi Arabia and Israel. So to start, I am going to give an introduction about Saudi Arabia. So Saudi Arabia is a Middle Eastern country located in the Arabian Peninsula. It is the birthplace of Islam and home to Mecca and Medina, two of the holiest sites in Islam. Arabic is the official language of Saudi Arabia. Next, in Saudi Arabia, the official language is Arabic, which is mandated as the primary medium of instruction in all levels of public education, though there are exceptions for certain subjects like medicine, where English is often used in higher education institutions. Essentially, Arabic is the primary language used in the country, with English being taught as a secondary language for specialized field. So yun nga, like what have been stated in the slide, in Saudi Arabia, ang official language nga na ginagamit nila is Arabic, and required yon or mandated nga yun sa nagamitin as their primary medium of instruction sa lahat ng mga antas ng paaralan or level ng education doon. Pero meron ding exception like sa field ng medicine kung saan English yung ginagamit nila, and also that English is also considered their secondary language sa mga specialist fields na like medicine. Next one. Moving on, I am going to discuss about the historical factors that affecting the Arabian language or the language of Saudi Arabia. So, birthplace of Islam. Arabic is the language of the Quran, the holy book of Islam. Saudi Arabia, as the birthplace of Islam, holds a unique responsibility in preserving and promoting the Arabic language. So yun nga, sa kadahilanan na yung Saudi Arabia is kung saan nagsimula or kung saan nagsimula ang Islam, kaya sila yung may responsibilidad na ma-preserve yung Arabic language since doon nga nagsimula yung Islam, and yung Quran, which is the holy book of Islam, is written in Arabic language. And also pre-Islamic roots. Arabic has a rich history predating Islam with roots in pre-Islamic Arabian culture. So sa sa pre-Islamic Arabian culture is naka-state na nga doon na yung Arabic is part na ng history nila. And next one, the cultural factors. National identity. Arabic serves as a unifying force for the diverse population of Saudi Arabia, fostering a strong sense of national identity. So ayun, dahil din nga sa yung Arabic or yung Arabic language is nagsisilbing parang pinakatulay para magkaisa, kahit magkakaiba-iba man sila, is magkakaisa sila dahil nga yun yung parang nagiging way nila para makilala sila yung Arabic. And also religious and cultural significance. The Quran and Islamic teachings are deeply intertwined with the Arabic language, making it central to religious and cultural practices. Yun nga, dahil nga yung Quran, which is the holy book ng Islam, and also their teachings is written or ginagamit nila is Arabic language. That's why yun ay parang nagiging sentro ng mga religious and cultural practices nila doon sa bansa nila. Next one, the political factors rather. So official language. Arabic is the official language of Saudi Arabia, enshrined in law. So yun, nakastate po sa batas nila na Arabic is yung kanilang official language, kaya required sila or yung kanilang government na yun ang ipatupad, and also sumunod ng kanilang mga sasakupan. And also government promotion. The government actively promotes the use of Arabic in all spheres of life, including education, government, and media. Ayun nga, yung government is gumagawa rin siya ng way or actively pinopromote talaga nila na yung Arabic is kailangan nilang gamitin sa kahit anong ng buhay nila, like kahit sa mapa-education man yan, sa gobyerno o sa media, is Arabic yung need or medium na kailangan nilang gamitin. Also, preservation of Arabic. Efforts are made to maintain the purity of the Arabic language and prevent the enroachment of foreign loan words. Moving on, I am going to discuss about Israel or the language policy in Israel. So basically, Israel is a country in the Middle East located on the eastern coast of the Mediterranean Sea. Established in 1948, it is a parliamentary democracy with a diverse population Hebrew is the official language of Israel, while Arabic holds a special status. So ayun nga, both the Israel and the Saudi Arabia, which is I have discussed earlier, so para silang located sa Middle East, and also Arabic is also a language in Israel, but then their official language is Hebrew. Next, Israel's language policy defines Hebrew as the official language and Arabic as a language with special status. This policy was established in 2018 with the passing of the Basic Law, Israel, the nation-state of the Jewish people. Yun nga, naka-state po sa kanilang batas o sa policy nila na yung Hebrew is their official language, but then Arabic also considered as the language being used in their country. So, official language, Hebrew is the official language of Israel. Hebrew became the dominant language in Israel as part of Zionist ideology. So, yun, dahil sa Zionist ideology, doon po nagsimula yung Hebrew, or naging yung official language ng Israel yung Hebrew. Language of instruction. So, Hebrew is the language of instruction in Jewish schools. Arabic is the language of instruction in Arab schools. English is studied as a second language in Jewish schools. English is the first foreign language studied in all sectors of the school system. So yun, basically nga po, like what have been stated here in the slide, that Hebrew yung pinaka-medium of language na ginagamit nila sa mga Jewish school, but then sa mga Arab schools naman, Arabic, and also English is also studied as their second language in the Jewish schools, and also English is also considered the first foreign language studied sa lahat ng mga sectors ng school system nila. Moving on, I'm going to discuss about the historical factors that affecting the language policies of the Israel. So, Hebrew revival. The Zionist movement, which aimed to establish a Jewish homeland, prioritized the revival of the Hebrew as a spoken language. This involved a concerted effort to revitalize a language that had primarily been a liturgical and literary language for centuries. So basically, because nga, dahil nga sa Zionist movement na to, kung saan na hinahangad nila na makabuo or maka-establish sila ng Jewish homeland, or kung saan sila yung, kumbaga may karapatan, kaya yun, sila yung naging reason or naging daan kung bakit Hebrew yung ginagamit na language doon sa Israel. And also, historical presence of Arabic. Arabic has a long history in the region, predating the establishment of the state of Israel. So, ayun. Present din nga po yung, kaya nga, meron ding Arabic na language na ginagamit doon because part din po ng country na yun na mayroon ng history of Arabic. Also, the cultural factors. So, Hebrew as a symbol of Jewish identity. Hebrew holds significant cultural and religious importance for Jewish people, symbolizing their national and cultural identity. So, ayun, yung Hebrew is, yung siya nga yung parang nagsisilbing symbol ng mga Jewish people, kaya, or nagre-represent as their national and cultural identity. Yun yung pagkakakilanlan nila. And also Arabic as the language of the Arab minority. Arabic is the mother tongue of Israel's Arab minority, comprising about 20% of the population. So 100%, meron nga 20% ng population nila is nagsasalita or gumagamit ng Arabic language. So, political factors. So, official language, Hebrew and Arabic are both officially recognized as languages of the state. Ayun nga, parehas na yung Hebrew and Arabic is kino-considered or nire-recognize na official na language na ginagamit doon sa Israel. Balancing Act. The language policy aims to balance the needs and rights of both Hebrew and Arabic speakers while recognizing the historical and cultural significance of both languages. So ayun, hindi dahil majority na ginagamit ng Israel is Hebrew is parang walang bahala na lang, or hindi nabibigyan ng pansin yung mga Arabic speakers. So, both po, pinapahalagahan nila yun sa kanilang country. Even though minority lang ang nagsasalita ng Arabic, they respect po or meron pong respect and kumbaga pantay na karapatan na gumamit yung mga speakers na yun ng kanilang native language. And also, challenges, the implementation of this bilingual policy has faced challenges with Hebrew often holding a more dominant position in various spheres of life. So, ayun nga, dahil since mas majority pa rin ng sa bansa na yun is mga or gumagamit ng Hebrew, kaya kumbaga mas dominant pa rin sa kanila na ginagamit nila yun. But then, yun nga, like what I said earlier, respect din po or may karapatan naman gumamit ng Arabic yung mga Arab people doon sa lugar na iyon. So, in conclusion, Saudi Arabia's language policy centers on Arabic, reflecting its deep religious and cultural significance as the language of the Quran. Arabic serves as a unifying force for the diverse population and is actively promoted by the government in all spheres of life. In contrast, Israel recognized both Hebrew and Arabic as official languages, reflecting the country's complex history and the presence of a significant Arab minority. While both languages hold official status, Hebrew generally holds a more dominant position in practice. So ayun, like what have been stated here nga, in Saudi Arabia, language policy centers on Arabic because nga dahil nga sa kanilang religious and cultural significance as the language na or as the language of the Quran, kung ano yung nakalagay doon sa Quran, because yung Quran is written nga in Arabic, kaya yun yung parang pinaka main reason kung bakit yun yung kanilang language na ginagamit doon. But then sa Israel naman, it recognizes both the Hebrew and the Arabic because yun nga, mayroong mga nakatira or there are people na Arab doon sa lugar na yun. That's why minority of them speak Arab. But then, yun nga, parehas yun, official language na ginagamit doon, Hebrew pa rin po yung mas dominant o mas lamang since 80% is mga Hebrew and then or the Jewish people and 20% lang is yung mga Arab. So ayun po, to sum up all the cultural, historical and the political factors affecting both the language policy of Saudi Arabia and Israel. So in terms of the historical factors of Saudi Arabia, it is because of the pre-Islamic Arabian culture, while in the Israel because of the Zionist movements. And about the cultural factors in Saudi Arabia, because it is because of their religious teachings which they use Arab language or the Arabic language, while sa Israel naman po, it is because the Hebrews serve as their symbol of their Jewish identity. And lastly, in terms of political factors naman po sa Saudi Arabia, it is because it's stated in their law, which is the basic law of Saudi Arabia, stated in Article 1, which states that God's book and the Sunnah of His prophets are the country's constitution, and Arabic is the official language with the capital at Riyadh. So ayun, dahil nga po sa article na yon na nakasaad doon sa kanilang batas na yung kanilang official language nga po is Arabic. Meanwhile, sa naman po sa Israel, it is because of also their policy or the law established in 2018 with the passing of the Basic Law Israel, the nation state of the Jewish people, where defines that the official language is Arabic and is the Hebrews, while the Arabic hold a special status. So that's all. Thank you.